Good afternoon, everybody. Facebook Live on the MyVC Consulting Facebook page. It's time for another edition of Where in the World, ... a W5 story session. You know, where I bring connections where I've known them a long time and ask them questions like I did last week, or just recently met this connection and I ask them, you know, the questions that start with who, what, where, when, and why. So without further ado, who are you?
Hi, my name is Chantelle Sethi. I own the company Sethi Engineering, where I help manufacturers with their processes, production processes.
So Chantelle, thank you for joining me today. Recent connection through shout out to Laura of Imagine That Events for asking me to sub at a BNI, Big Tsunami. That's how we met. So what are 5 who hats that you wear in this incredible life, Chantelle?
I'm a wife, a mom, a daughter, business owner, an engineer, and a traveler.
Ooh, let's unpack the traveler. What do you like to do in the way of travel?
Well, I did like traveling with my family pre-COVID. Now it's been a little bit less, but yeah, I've been to, I don't know how many countries I've been to, but Greece, Italy, France, Mexico, Bermuda, not Bermuda, Bahamas is what I need to say, and a few more, yeah.
Oh, awesome. So what do you do as an engineer?
Well, what I do is the piping design. So I have a background in mechanical engineering, and I've worked primarily with liquids manufacturers. So I worked a lot in the oil and gas sector, about 2011. And now I can work on different types of things depending on what my clients need. So not always natural gas, sometimes it's a watering system for a greenhouse or other sorts of fun things to do.
I'm going to go one step deeper in a what question because it's just come top of mind. What is the percentage of women engineers that do what you do? Because
well, I mean, it's pretty niche to begin with.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, okay, there were like 10% of my class in mechanical engineering was women. So let's say 10%, maybe a little bit less than that. Yeah.
I would think women would be very good at that particular job because of the details and moms, because you mentioned one of your who hats was being a mom, and being a mom is managing lots of little details when it comes to a family.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it's becoming more normal for women. I'm not sure what the stats are now, but I think that depending on the discipline, there are more women. For example, I know like civil engineers, there's probably equal men to women in civil engineering, and then you switch to electrical engineering, there's probably even more of a gap between men and women. So it's, some of it is messaging that we got growing up. I had a dad who liked working on cars, so I worked on cars growing up. So mechanical engineering, but not everyone has that. Certainly, I'd love it if my kids became engineers as well. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So where in this blue marble do you live, and where can you help your customers wearing your engineer who hat?
So I live in Vancouver. My business is here, and I can serve anyone in British Columbia. Okay. I have worked for clients outside of BC in the United States and Europe who have projects that are taking place in BC.
Okay.
I have done some projects outside of the province as well. I used to be licensed in Alberta, but I found I wasn't doing a lot of work there. So now I focus mainly on the BC projects.
Okay. So when did you decide that this is what you wanted to do with your life?
That's a complicated question. I always wanted to be a business owner. So, I mean, it was always something in my mind. But when I went on maternity leave in 2016 and was considering going back to work, at that time, maternity leave was only for a year. So I remember being a little bit nervous to go back full time. I wasn't feeling like that was right for me. And so I reached out to my employer and asked him if he would be comfortable with me switching from an employee relationship to a contractor relationship.
Okay.
And luckily he was happy with that. So at that point, I started the motions, I guess, to start my business, and slowly I established my business in, I think, May of 2017, and I've been just kind of working on it from there. So it's been a little bit of a situational, I guess, that I kind of came to working for myself, but it was something that I'd always intended, though maybe not quite as soon.
Okay, I'm going to go back to a what question because as it just comes top of mind. What is one project out there in British Columbia that has Chantelle's stamp on it that you did that project?
Well, I can say most recently I helped a company that's designing a filter for the Kitimat LNG. So
okay,
a very, very, very small part of that project that I helped with.
So Chantelle, what's your why in life?
My why, I have two whys. I'd say before my kids, my why was always like, I want to bring good into the world. I want to make a big impact on the world and help people. And then for me, my skills are engineering, so that's how I help people. With my kids, since I had kids, certainly that's changed things, and that I want to make the world a better place for them as well, especially with everything going on in, the climate change is a huge issue right now, and I am kind of worried about what it's going to be like for my kids going forward. And so definitely is in my mind that I'd really like to help any industries that are in the renewable sector in any way I can as well. Yeah.
What a great why. What a fantastic why. So thank you so much, Chantelle. I know there's many more stories connected to each one of those answers. So we're going to make sure that in the comment box below that Chantelle is going to put how to connect up with her. I so enjoy these W5 story sessions to bring you the unique to them W5 stories to share out with you. I encourage you all to connect with somebody today and ask them the questions. You'll go deeper in relationship. Join me again next Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I bring you another person that is a connection of mine and ask them the questions. Enjoy the day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you.